Namaskar. Yoga is a subject which deals with actually three subjects. One, human psychology, how human mind works and how it is supposed to work. Second, human philosophy, what should be the purpose and goal of whatever you are doing in life, and finally finding the goal and purpose in life. And third, technology, asanas, pranayams, meditations, kriyas, bandhas, mudras, all these which are very popular nowadays in the world. That is another subject, technology. But technology is always used to understand psychology and philosophy. Our entire technology is around human mind. Whatever we do, we should see that whether mind is benefited or no, whether mind is into a level-headed or no, balanced, does it come back or no. And that's how the technology also works. Unfortunately, nowadays technology is done in such a way that it's totally physical or totally energy, but actually yoga is a way of life, and technology also should be done in a way which affects human mind. Now, the point is, I give you an example. Look, somebody behaves rudely with another person. Now there are various ways in which people react, because every human is different, every human is sample by itself. We always say that every human is even potentially divine. You have tremendous capacity to manage yourself and manage your life. But people react. So one is that someone behaves rudely and you get hurt. That how, when I am so good, why he is behaving so rudely? So you get hurt. The moment you get hurt, what happens? Your blood pressure will shoot up, your pulse will go fast. You know, now all this is proven scientifically also, that neuroscience has exactly explained, which yoga has been talking long back, that how cerebral cortex and medulla, they are connected with each other through a neural network, and how the emotions are affecting your body. One emotion and your body's response would be quite different, and so it affects the body to that extent that it alters the functioning of even our organs. Yoga talks the same way. Yoga says that once you get angry or disturbed or upset or tensed, for 2 days your body is all functioning are getting affected. Your digestion, your respiration, your absorption, everything. Nervous system, concentration poor, memory poor, reasoning power poor, everything gets affected. Why? Because you got angry. Why did you get angry? Because somebody behaved rudely. Now, person should understand that he has a choice to get hurt or not to get hurt, to feel bad or not to feel bad, to get disturbed or not to get disturbed. He will use his choice only if he'll use his intelligence, intellect, which we have with us. With us we have emotions as well as intellect. When you have been using intellect, you can take a choice, otherwise no, you get hurt. So this is one type of human who gets hurt. Another type of human is such a human who reacts. Someone shouts, you shout back. Now this type of a human is still worst, because first of all you get hurt to shout back, and shouting back means you are doing wrong actions, karmas, and every karma you have to face the consequences of, and so that also is equally wrong way of management. Third is better in management, so he would listen to whatever you want to say, all the blah 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 and nonsense, and then when you are in a listening state, then he will say what he wants to say. So that is the third type. Wait, listen, and then respond. So that is the third type. Fourth type of human is a very superior human, which we would call as a yogic personality, where someone is behaving rudely. Now you think, poor fellow is not in a good state of mind right now. Maybe he is hungry, maybe he has not slept well, so he's disturbed internally. So he would try to do something to help that person out, to come back to his disturbed state, not get affected by what he spoke and how he behaved and all that. So this is that fourth type of a person. So we will have to identify what type we are. Now when person is dull, again yogis say that there are 5 types of chitta, the way in which human minds are. They have given the details of human minds. One is dull mind, which is called as moodha, dull mind, that gets hurt, gets upset, touchy. This is moodha chitta. We call it as a chitta mind. Mind in English, chitta has a very big meaning. But yes, now when we get into this dull state, this state also is called as a tamasic state. There are three states: sattvic state, rajasic state and tamasic. I am just a little bit giving you a theory but to understand. So this tamasic state person gets into, there are reasons to get into it. One is that when you overdo anything in life, you are eating more than what is required. You should eat only that much which satiate your hunger. But if you are eating more than that, or if you are not hungry and yet you are eating, so it is more for your body. So if you are eating more, you get into tamasic state. If you are doing lots of physical activity all the time, not even switching off, not even resting, which majority of the doctors, you people may be doing it right now because of this scenario, you get into tamasic state. And that affects the system. Third, if person is dependent on all these temporary excitement things like alcohol, cigarette, and all such things which are habit forming stuffs, they are definitely going to take you to tamasic state. Yoga will never ever approve of all such things. Never, because your nervous system is not in your control anymore. People can make you cry, people can make you laugh, people can make you get hurt. Now what are you then? Puppet in hands of others? Never become that. So never take any of these things. We would never approve of that in yoga. Out as far as these things are concerned, because person definitely feels very high when person takes these things. You feel very fresh and alert, but very soon, within 2 hours, person gets into depressive state. It's again well proven, so I'm not going into the science. Again, try and see that these things are out, and yogis always believe that nervous system should be absolutely balanced, intact, mind under your control. So this type of a thing. Oversleeping takes you to tamasic state. No sleep, less sleep takes you to tamasic state. Anything over which is not balanced will take person to tamasic state. So all that you have to understand. You are working, but come on. Take out some time for yourself. Be with yourself. At least 10 minutes, just sit quietly with yourself. And you will realize what type of thoughts are coming. When you are quiet, you should watch your thoughts. These thoughts will tell you your subconscious state of mind. Yoga is an education of subconscious. You have to come, understand what is within you. What is in front of you, what is behind you, what is around you doesn't matter. What is within you matters. So you should try and see that you are into a subconscious awareness. So yoga talks about awareness. Become very alert and aware about yourself, about the thoughts which are coming to you, why they are coming, this type of a thoughts. Usually I have noticed that when people think about past, person is not happy. It always brings tears in your mind, in your personality. When you think about future, it brings fear. What will happen, what will happen? Right now everybody is under that fear state, which is absolutely wrong. What is the treatment of fear? Faith. Always think that fine, you are doing your part, everything else nature is doing, so everything would be good. At least don't think negative, because it's going to affect you and your immunity level. Negative thoughts are going to bring your immunity down. You may eat best of the food you have. How many times you may wash your hands, you can keep everything fit and fine, what is required according to today's timing. But if your mind is under fear, anxiety, tension, that will bring your immunity down. So don't think about future. You don't even know what to think about. So don't think. What you should think about is living in present. So try and live in present and see to it that you, right now, what am I supposed to do? You do. Someone is behaving rude. You don't have to worry about it, why she is behaving, what type of words he is using. Don't go into those details. Go into the details of what is the solution of this problem. Don't go into detail of anger, but the solution. And this is how you have to learn to be present and banish the whole soul. So this tamasic state is not a right state at all. It is demoralizing, it is taking away all your energy, it is not uplifting you at all. So we should be alert and agile about it. So yoga again talks about food, what type of food you should eat, because there are three types of food: sattvic food, rajasic food and tamasic food. Now tamasic foods are all those foods which even health awareness people would be talking about, all refined products, deep frozen product, all artificially curdled, flavored, vitaminized, mineralized product. We yoga would always say entire non-veg products, they are tamasic or the second stage rajasic. If they are fresh, then rajasic, but still we would say no, they are bad. All these ready-made products which you open and eat, open the bottle and drink, they are all tamasic. So refined sugar you should avoid, always go for jaggery liquid, always go for once in a while honey. These things are healthier drinks. Whatever it is, food has to be really, really taken seriously. You cannot just walk and munch the food or sit on a dining table and discuss about details, various things and eat food. How much time you need to eat food for? I mean 5 minutes, 7 minutes, enough. But focus and eat well. Now I would strongly recommend certain foods should go in your body because you are dealing with patients, you are dealing with infection right now quite a lot. First thing yoga would strongly recommend is nuts. Nuts are full of everything. They are fiber, and I give you nuts means all these things like almonds, cashew nuts and pistachio and all that, to little quantity, almonds maybe 5, but more than that is ground nuts, peanuts, shingdane, and hazelnuts and akhrot, walnut. All these nuts are rich in fibers, rich in protein. They are absolutely rich in minerals and vitamins. They have healthy fatty acids, monosaturated and polysaturated fat, which are healthy for heart. LDL will go down. It would really help in bringing HDL up, and so on. And it would really help. And all packed with minerals and vitamins. You all know that it's all full of varieties of minerals and vitamins, even folates, even vitamin E, even omega-3. Our walnuts have even this essential oil, omega-3. So it's really a healthy food, and I would strongly recommend. Now these peanuts are that way legumes, but you should have how to take these peanuts. Always soak them overnight, because nowadays everything is sprayed with pesticides. Luckily these pesticides majority are water soluble chemicals. You should soak them at night, and then in the morning you can take it. In case you have forgotten to soak them, then you should boil these things for 2 minutes in water and then eat them. But they should be preferably soaked. Groundnuts, peanuts should be preferably soaked, and these soaked peanuts, if you could boil with salted water or pressure cooker it, that would be still more easily digestible and healthy food. Protein doesn't get destroyed by cooking. So try and see that you eat these things in your breakfast regularly. It would do good. Second thing would be to give you instant energy. What is required is not tea, coffee or cigarette, but what is required would be definitely lemon juice. I would strongly recommend lemon juice. Half lemon, a glass of water, pinch of salt. You may add jaggery or honey into that as a sweetener, but try and see that you take it hot, warm, and that would be very good, healthy for your throat. Respiratory system would be very much healthy. In olden times, cold and cough was treated only by vitamin C. I remember my father-in-law, only vitamin C, and if at all. So try and do that. Yoga technology has lots to tell you about it, but I am coming to that later on. So this has to be there in food. Another thing yoga strongly talks about is every meal, 4 times in a day we should eat. Every meal should be fresh. Fresh food is sattvic food. Sattvic food is easily digestible, fibrous food, fresh food, not stale food at all. Anything kept in refrigerator and eaten next day, we would never recommend that. Just cook something simple and eat breakfast, nuts, lunch, all these things, and something else to eat, whatever you have around. Not refined foods like biscuits and chocolates and all that. Or taste once in a while, enjoy, but no, not regularly. So in breakfast, you must have a glass full of liquid. Now, liquid could be water boiled with lemongrass. If you have ginger, dry ginger powder, salt, it could be black pepper, tulsi leaves if you have, mint leaves if you have. Boil water with any of these herbs. They are wonderful herbs of our country, I tell you. And then add little milk and sweetener, sugar or jaggery, and drink that. So try and have such liquid in morning breakfast. You don't want to add milk, don't add milk. Nowadays people are very touchy about milk. Okay, but I would say dilute it to that extent that you have very little, more water, less milk. But try and take that. At lunchtime the liquid could be buttermilk, charge. You see, you should know that curd, yogurt, has lactobacillus enzyme, and that really helps the gut to see that your digestive system remains strong. And so we would strongly recommend charge, buttermilk, curd into thin liquid, putting little cumin seed and little salt. Now salt, not all those salts which are available, I would strongly recommend rock salt, pink rock salt, which is called as senda namak, or kala namak, black salt. These are far superior salts, and you should eat these salts. Keep these salts in your house and remove the other things. So try and have at lunchtime. I would recommend dahi curd. I would recommend cheese, cottage cheese, not otherwise. Paneer, what we will call as paneer. That much piece of paneer should go in your body. That would take care of all your nutrients. And so do that. And then in the evening you may have lemon juice. And at night you may have soup, a big bowl of soup, mixed vegetable soup, tomato soup, and all that, sweet corn soup, whatever soup you can have at dinner. So all 4 meals you have liquid. You see, when we are thinking too much, we do get worried, get anxious. So lots of acidic tendencies are there. So many hormones are secreted. They have to be diluted and washed out, unwanted hormones. And so try and see that you have every meal liquid. If you are hungry, then only you eat other meals like chapatis, varieties of chapati, or sometimes bajra, sometimes jowar, sometimes wheat. Now with you doctors, whatever is available, you will have to go ahead with. But these liquids you should have, and if you are not hungry, don't eat anything solid, just have this liquid. And then best liquid is fruit. Fruits are 90% water, so eat fruits, that would be better. So try and take care of your diet. This would be sattvic diet, and this sattvic diet is as the food, so the mind. And as the mind, so the man. And so try to see that you eat sattvic food to help mind and to help manage the nonsense around or manage the tension around. So that is what the whole point is. Now the technology part. Technology part of yoga has to be quickly understood. Certain technology, we in yoga talk about prevention of the problem all the time. So we have lots of things to talk. We always say that this washing hands and all that was right from the beginning. Whenever you touch money, you should wash your hands. Whenever you touch anything from public, something which has come from public outside, you must immediately wash your hands, which you've been doing always, right from the beginning. And now it has become mandatory, everybody has to try to do that. Now the respiratory system, some technology for that. When we breathe in and when we breathe out, becoming aware of our breath is the first lesson. The moment you wake up in the morning, you should take 1 or 2 long breaths. Slow and long breath means your mind calms down. You see, mind and breath, they go hand in hand. Chale vate chalam chittam. Vat and chitta, they move together. Nischale nishchalam bhave. When breath is controlled, then mind also is controlled. You cannot control your mind otherwise. But when you're controlling breath, then automatically mind also becomes calmer. And so first thing in the morning is take 1 or 2 long breaths. Very often your mind should go to your breath, how you are breathing, and calm your mind down. You have to face so many people around. And so this is first lesson of pranayama. First pranayama number 1, we call it, as being aware of your breath. And then taking long inhalation, long exhalation. When you exhale, breathe out completely, that really relaxes you. It is, and so long exhalation is done with the help of sound. And so when you breathe in and say Om, you are taking sound. You may say Om, you may just say any sur, or you may just do humming, which is called as Brahmary Pranayama, beetle, which is moving around flower, how it makes the sound. So as long as you can remove your sound and sound comes, you should be doing that. It could be long, it could be 25 seconds to 30 seconds. Long exhalation really relaxes you. And so this you should do whenever possible. Or you could sing. You see, singing, breathe in and start singing, singing, singing till your breath is over. Then take breath and start singing. This also would be pranayama. You see, singing and all that should be done. And bringing little joy into your mind is a must. So this is the pranayama. Long exhalation, long inhalation, alternate breathing. Breathe in from one side, breathe out from another side. We at the Yoga Institute did some research with a medical science here, KEM hospital, or it was Lilavati hospital, I don't remember now, long back. And the head of the department said that, look, yoga cannot help much when people have this problem, you know, asthma and different allergies and this and that. And we had gone with a determination. We told them that, look, do we breathe from both the nostrils? So they say, yes, we breathe from both the nostrils. You say, yes, but both the nostrils are equally strong. So equally. But then we showed them, come on, watch your breath. And you will realize that one side there is more force, another side there is less force. You are breathing. When you breathe out, you will feel the difference, that one nostril is right now more stronger than the other. This is what yoga talks about, nadis. Yoga talks about nadi, and we have pranayama, which is called as nadi shodhan. Both the nostrils should always be kept open. They are partially closed when we sleep or when we are working, and they alternatively change. Every 1.5 hours, they change their strength. Sometimes for this is working, after 1.5 hours, that is working. So this cycle, yogis have gone into details of how humans' breath goes, because prana, we talk about prana, bioenergy, life force, vital force, and so on. So understand. And then we did the research, and then we came out with a very strong result that how yoga can really help managing all these things like asthma, different allergy. We have lots and lots of cases here in the institute going on. They are absolutely fine. According to me, treating asthma, common cold and cough and all that is very simple with the help of yoga technique and with the help of entire yoga as a way of life, not just technology. It has to be psychology and philosophy along with it. So, moving ahead, respiratory system needs cleansing because external air is coming, and so when we are breathing, we are trying to see that we are breathing a better air, and pollution is very high, so we try to see that we breathe in and breathe out fast to rub the air into our nasal passage, which we would call as Kapalabhati. And here we breathe in and breathe out fast, as I am showing you. You breathe in, suck the air in and throw the air out. Do that, not moving your stomach, but just breathing in and out fast. Wherever you are in a healthy atmosphere, whenever there are big trees around, you should remember to clean this system and make air, much fresher air going into your system better. Kapalbhati is a must in today's atmosphere in any case, but select a good, right atmosphere where big trees are there around, and that would work wonder. Trees are nothing else but part and parcel of our lungs, isn't it? We breathe out carbon dioxide, they breathe out oxygen, And it's very much, we are very much connected to the world, to nature. Whatever we are doing, we are not just separate unit by itself. We are very much into togetherness. And now world is coming closer because of this virus, and I am quite observing it, that how slowly thinking is changing. Yoga talks about all that. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, whole world is your family. Every trees, birds, animals, they are all part of you. So we go ahead that this technique, yoga, talks about these different three sets of muscles also. One is diaphragm. We give a lots of importance to abdomen. Yoga asanas say that either asana should bring flexibility to your spine or see that the abdomen is soft and inside in contour. And so there is a pranayama where you breathe in, your abdomen goes up. All of you can do sitting over there. Inhale, your stomach moves up. Exhale, your stomach goes in. Inhale, stomach up. Exhale, stomach in. This is called as pranayama number 4, which is diaphragmatic breathing. We are not talking about doing fast inhalation, exhalation. It is very controlled, gentle movement in and out. And then you will notice that when you are sleeping in a relaxed way, you see a child's stomach moves up and down. See a dog when he is sleeping, stomach moves up and down. This area has to be very, very soft, gentle and in. It should never be protruding out, abdomen. So fat collected over there and all that should be taken care of. We have all the technology which can tell you how to go about. But abdomen has to be given importance to. So diaphragmatic breathing. Another breathing is intercostal breathing, where your ribs are inhaling, you are taking your ribs on the side and bringing it out. It's called as intercostal breathing. And third is clavicular breathing. When you are breathing, your shoulders are going up and your clavicular areas are getting irrigated. So try and see that you do these 3 types of breathing also. Use these muscles separately and then take a long breath in to use all these muscles. Learn yoga, learn pranayama, and this would work wonders. So this is the respiratory area. There are other areas, but asanas, when we talk about movement of body is structured in such a way that person should be walking. Walking is mildest and best exercise. I would tell you doctors that when you are sitting on the chair, bring your legs up and sit. Because when your legs are down on the chair, heart has to pump very strongly to bring blood from toe upwards against gravity. But when you cross your legs and sit, that gravity force is reduced, gone actually. When you sit with पलाठी मार के जो बैठते हैं ना वैसा, तो you should do that. और एक पाँव ऊपर रखो, एक पाँव नीचे रखो, कुछ न कुछ मूवमेंट करना बहुत बहुत ज़रूरी हो जाता है. तो वो करना चाहिए. और योगियों ने तो about 28 meditative pose बताए कि if you can't sit this way, sit that way, do this, but go on moving your limbs. Every half an hour you must change your body position and try and see that either you are walking or if you get a chance to lie down, you lie down. That is the best thing. In lying down relaxation technique we have called as Shavasana, we have called as Nishpanda Bhav. When you are sitting on the chair and relaxing and just listening to the sound which is there in the atmosphere. Listen very passively. Try and listen peacefully and passively and try and see that you don't get affected by the sounds around. You don't get affected by anything around. So that learning to see things passively, listening things passively, all that we are supposed to train ourselves with. So it's called as Nishpanda Bhav. Another philosophy which is very strong is Anitya Bhavana. Everything is temporary, impermanent. So don't get affected by things which are temporary. So the external world. Problems have come, problems will go. Things have come, things will go. You have to just do your part well in life. So all you doctors, you have to be caring about yourself. And whenever a patient comes, you have to tell that we are doing our part, but you have to do your part. Day is meant for work, night is meant for rest. Good sleep is a must. So try and sleep definitely by 10, latest by 10:30. You should tell the patients all these things so that they also contribute to their well-being and not just give you responsibility to make them better. So with all that, it's a very, very long subject, but I am cutting short since the time is given only is half an hour. but definitely take charge of yourself, since you are so much useful to the world and you are doing so good to the world. I really salute you all, your work, your hard work, but now take care of yourself. Namaskar.